Alright, so this just arrived in the Mobapad M12HD for the Switch 2. This is not sponsored. On screen right now is the full receipts that I paid for this product. So this is just a quick unboxing, but all words are my own. Also, I have the case, so thought I'd just unbox these two on camera. This is not a review, as I literally just got it delivered like 30 minutes ago. So this is just going to be a quick unboxing and a quick first look from a retailer's package, not a reviewer's package. So as you can see, package is still sealed. So I'm just going to unseal it and open it real quick. Post-recording cat here. I forgot to mention while I was recording yesterday that charging grips will be included with all the MOBA 12 orders now, and also the pre-orders. And on screen now, I did include a screenshot for when I reached out to them, and they said the orders will be shipped out after it has been delivered. Alright, so the box looks like it just slides open. I hate these sliding boxes so much sometimes. They are so hard to open. Okay, so inside the box, I guess you got a little Mobapad card that kind of came off with the lid. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. But you get a little Mobapad card. Little thank you for choosing Mobapad card here if you just wanted to read that in the retail package. Inside the box, you get a little bag that comes with the controller itself inside, and I believe it does come with a travel case here. So I don't think it's supposed to be like that out of the box, but it is. So I'm just gonna set this off to the side for a moment. And what else is in the box would be your little I think this was their Qi 2 controller, and your replaceable D-pad, and I guess an instruction booklet. I should probably read that, but we don't have time for that. So, just gonna set the box off to the side too. Back to the controller. So opening it up, like I said, it didn't come fully closed. I don't know if that's just a fitment issue or if that's just a problem with my unit, but you can see it wasn't fully like closed. It was like opened a little bit like that. But looking inside, oh, looks like it does come with a little bit of charge. But this is the Mobapad, and it's kind of bright right now. So let me see if I can. Okay, so I can darken it a little bit. So turning the controllers on, you can see that there's actually a little bit of RGB here, and you can see that the RGB, it's not very bright. It's like a nice subtle one, but I'm probably going to be turning that off. But comparing that with the original Joy-Con controllers, you can see that it's actually quite a bit thicker in size. Not just that, but like even the handle itself is a lot thicker. Actually, there I might say, because I have the Savage Raven fissure grip here, so I'm just going to slide my Joy-Con in. I would say it might be a little bit more like, not this one, but if you have the other Savage Raven, I would say it's more in line with the Savage Raven. Maybe a little bit smaller, but for my hands, it's actually perfect. Not too big, not too small. My hands are like smaller to average size. They're not like large hands to begin with, because even the Joy-Con in my hand, it looks fairly normal. It's not like small, it's not like big. So for me, this is already more comfortable than this. Kind of has the Savage Raven feel to it. So it's nice and comfortable for me. But that, I wouldn't say it's like the trigger grip at all. I would say it's more like this style grip if you have any of the Savage Raven products. Not the trigger one. But yeah, just comparing it, you can see it has more of a curve on the back here. It's a lot thicker. the buttons are a lot more clicky. And also, these switches, they are all mouse click, like tactile, what is it, like mouse buttons, including the trigger. So it actually feels good. I'm probably going to be changing the D-pad out from the circular one to the D-pad later. But for now, we are just gonna keep it the way it is. I have watched videos on this particular controller already. I've seen reviews from reviewers online. So I do know from what reviewers say that you do need if you go to controllers, you do need to turn on Pro Controller wired communication here. That essentially allows the Joy-Cons, or sorry, the Mobapad M12s to communicate with the Switch. And they just snap on. They just latch on and off. So if you look at that, latches on. And I would say it's very solid. So I don't think they're on. Oh, okay, there we go. So, okay, this was the thing. So it shipped, I guess, in neutral. There's an off switch, I guess. The power saving mode, I guess it was switched off just now. So I switched it on and it instantly connected. So if we go to controllers, you can see the Joy-Cons are paired as Joy-Cons on the Switch right now. But then if I show you here, the Mobapad does show up as, it's not focusing. It does show up as USB. So if we flipped it back over to power saving, where is the switch? Okay, just a little bit below the triggers. Now, if we flip it to the power saving mode that they have, you can see that the controllers have turned into Bluetooth and it's using the battery. So for demonstration purposes, we're just gonna leave it on there. But these are now paired to the Switch. Now, I did want to show off the mobile app because Mobapad themselves don't actually, well, not Mobapad, but I haven't seen reviewers show off the app at all. And I heard that a lot of stuff say to turn off the RGB on the controller or to remap certain buttons. It's all done through the app. And I believe there is a software update on the app. So if we just go over to the app right now, and I'll have it on screen here so that you can see. So we're in the app. If we hit connect, you can see Mobapad M12HD right at the top. If we click on connect, allow the Bluetooth devices. Let's start with the left Joy-Con, and you can see it searching, and I believe it is connected. We have, oh, it already shipped with the latest version. So you can see the latest version that I got today, and it's May 14th, is 0.14. And I believe, from what I read online and what reviewers said, there is firmware updates coming to the controllers that will have the wake up function. And actually, I don't know if it has the wake up function right now. Let me test that. Okay, so it does wake it up. So my hands aren't there. I'm just going to press the home button. Nope. If I hold it. Okay, so I guess it's not implemented yet. That might have been a fluke. But if it's on there, I can just press the power button. So back into the app. Back inside the app, if we connect to the left Joy-Con again, real quick. Oh. I think it powered off. So your switch has got to be on unless you have it connected with the switch. So I guess it's searching for it. Wow, I'm actually having connection issues. Okay, so we're back in. You can test the buttons and you can see you can roll it a little bit if I'm pressing the D-pad like this. It is rolling a little bit. So if you're playing kind of like side scrollers or Castlevania type games, platformers, this might not be good. Fighting games, it might be good. You can see thumbsticks work. Oh, okay, so I guess that's mapped to the B button by default. But I want to see what's in the configuration menu as well. So I guess there's different stuff that people can make and share. But okay, yeah. So we can come in here and I guess configure the buttons. Yeah. So okay. So the minus button, I guess I can click in here and remap it if I wanted to, which is interesting. And this is set to macro button or blank. So I guess if we set the button, we can now choose it. From the review videos that I have seen, I think you have to do it in the app. You cannot just press the button on the controller to map the button on the back. So for the right side, if you press the button, I don't believe you can remap a button from this side. You have to do it through the app. So, oh, and I think I also saw the light here. So yeah, so I guess this is like the rainbow wave, the spectrum right now. Rainbow. And I guess they have it on almost a minimum brightness with like half speed. So that's not bad. Single light. Or I think I'm just going to have it off entirely. I like the more stealthy look. But you can still see under certain lighting, you can still see the Mobapad branding there. It is etched, well, not etched, but like it's like a clear-ish see-through plastic here for the LEDs. So we're just gonna save that. Alright, and then we're gonna go to the other controller. So I guess other controller, yep, just hit the arrow and it will disconnect. Now I'm gonna select the M12HD again, select the right controller. It's searching for the device and it found it. Perfect. And it's the same thing. You can see the different buttons. The back button is literally A. I did not mean to do that. I guess you can also see the triggers there. Very cool. See, configuration. You got like official stuff. I don't know. Does it have different games? No, not yet, I guess. So, player sharing. Oh, I guess some people may have already done, say, Donkey Kong Bonanza sharing that you can apply to the controller already. You can make your own configurations, add your own configurations. Same as the other side, you're able to remap the buttons. So let's say I don't want this macro, I can leave it blank. The home button is kind of small. I think I'm just gonna can I map it to a home button for now or no? I believe nope, I cannot map it to the home button. It needs me to map it to something. Can I have it as blank? So I cannot have it as a blank button. That is weird. I'm clicking blank and it's just closing. But if I set it to this, cleared it and set it to A, now it's the A button. Okay, that is weird. Maybe I'll just have it as the select button so I can have it as like a quick map button in games. Okay, so I guess it can be a macro. Okay, so, interesting they called it the back button. Weird. Okay, that's besides the point. But you can see, also A button there. You can change the button to anything else on the controller here as well. I believe it's the same thing. This one you cannot set the back button on this to this side. I know for sure the macro and turbos, it can only be set per side. You cannot have, say, a turbo or macro from this side linked with this side. The right controller can only be mapped to the back part, and the left side can only be set to the left button. So you do need to use the app to do many of the different things. The controller might have already came updated as well, so let me just double check that firmware upgrade. Yep, it's already on the latest version. So at the time of recording, this is the latest update for the M12HDs. I believe Mobapad has said within the next 2 weeks, or maybe by the end of May, they will be pushing out a firmware update that allows the Switch to wake up. Well, there's a change of plans in my recording, post-recording here. Mobapad has pushed out an update for their app today, May 15th. And if we go into the Mobapad M12HDs, if we connect the left side, looks like they did push out a firmware upgrade today, 0.20. And this does add the one-click wake up, adjust the default brightness, and optimize the logo light. So you can upgrade this for the left and right controller, and this should add the wake up function. So we're just going to upgrade that, and then we will be right back and see. So this is connected and it is updating, so it will take a little bit in real time, and I'll let it fast forward. Alright, so that looks like it took about 3.5 minutes, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the right side. The switch is on, and we're gonna just upgrade the firmware real quick while we are waiting here. And that should take about another 3.5 minutes. So we're gonna fast forward and then come back to it once it's done. So the controller has finished updating, and it's now being paired back to the console. And as soon as it's all paired up, we're going to turn the switch off and test the sleep-wake function again. So you can see it's just kind of cycling itself there to reconnect with the console. Alright, so now that the controller has finished updating and pairing, let's test the wake-up function. So if I turn the switch off here, and it turns on, just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. The one tap, it does turn on, just pressing the home button now. So it does work. So the controller is off, from off, not just to press, so press and hold. Okay, no, so it doesn't turn on. I believe it might have to be in the power saving mode. So I just flip that around, and this does seem to be on. Now it's off. That is strange. It's not turning on. Okay, so let me see if it has anything to do with the power modes. So this is on, indicated by the RGB lighting here. Now it's off. Now it's back on. I feel like it might, it's a so it should be working. That is weird. Okay, so let me see. So console's off, controller's off. So in theory, it should work. I just can't get it to work reliably. And I don't know if that is because of certain power modes. Yeah, no. So I cannot get the sleep function to wake the console no matter the power mode. So I don't know if that's still just a firmware issue, even though it's updated. Yeah, because now it's in power saver. So if I wake the controller up, yeah, nope, it's not waking the controller up. So I press the power button and it works. That is weird. Yeah, because, okay, so let's see. It's disconnected, now it's reconnected again. So let me see. So, okay, if we power it off, let the controller turn off for a moment. Okay, so it works like that. So now it is on. So if I turn it off again, okay, so I guess it has to be fully powered off. Give it a few seconds. I guess I was trying to do it a bit too fast, but it seems to be working now. Technically user error, I guess I say, but it is working now. And I'm able to get it to turn on just by press and holding it for a few seconds there, and the screen turns on as if it was the original Joy-Con. So if I bring the original Joy-Cons back over here, you can see if I just press and hold, the switch does turn on. So it functions just like that, and it does turn the switch on. And this is just a quick look, because for me, the switch now has a lot better thing. And it feels a lot more natural for me to hold normally here. And the joysticks themselves, if you look, the joysticks themselves are a lot higher than the original Joy-Con. So you do have easier way of movement. And when I took the Joy-Con off, you can actually see this is just one side linked now. Bluetooth, even though it's on the charge mode. So this does give you good ergonomics, and you can see there's a little bit of a gap there, but it's more stable than if you were to use, say, the fissure grip with the controller on the switch itself. Now, putting the switch aside, let's take a look at the case here. Let's take a look at this case. So it just slides out like that. Oh, the box is really tight fitting. Opening it up, I hate these little plastic bags. Opening it up, you can see it's a nice thin EDC carrying case, and it's kind of like a good hard-ish, like, not quite Ava type, probably Ava. Is that the word? Is that the word for the material? It's a nice hard case, kind of like the Tom Talk ones. And you have all the cutouts for the Mobapads. So nice zipper, very smooth. The zipper is very smooth. It glides perfectly. Okay, little sticker, we don't need that. So this just plops in there, and there's also the little cushion so it doesn't move around, but it fits perfectly inside. And I like that the little sleeve also bounces up, so I don't have to try to touch the screen. Not that my screen is clean anyways, because I grab it to take it in and out of the dock, but you can see it closes perfectly. I can zip it up, throw it in the bag. So this is still a nice thin EDC if that is what you're looking for. I believe other people, even on Reddit, have said, say the Savage Raven Max case or any Steam Deck case may fit this as well. But those are a lot bulkier, and I'm not looking to add bulk in my bag. I want something nice and thin that I can just quickly throw in to carry my Switch around. So this has been the first quick look at the Mobapad M12HD, the consumer version. So thank you for watching.